This video is about Wuthering Heights, written by Emily Bronte. Wuthering Heights is one of the literature texts recommended by WAEC and NECO for literature students. Let's first of all go to the summary, the plot summary of the text. Wuthering Heights is an epic narrative that is full of love, hate, desire, revenge, and regret. It is to some extent a Gothic novel. That means it is horrific. It was written in 1847 and the geographical setting is Yorkshire Moors, with some events taking place in London. The novel opens with Mr. Lockwood, a tenant of Earthleaf, living in Truthcross Grange, visiting his landlord at Wuthering Heights. The visit yields mysterious discoveries, which pique Mr. Lockwood's curiosity. When he gets back to Truthcross Grange, he requests a thorough explanation and clarification of what he encounters at Wuthering Heights from Mrs. Nellie Dean, a servant who grew up in Wuthering Heights but now takes care of Truthcross Grange. Nellie then narrates the events that led to Lockwood's discoveries at the Heights. Mr. Henshaw, a Yorkshire farmer and the owner of Wuthering Heights, brings home a staffing of farm from Liverpool, that is Earthleaf. The nameless boy is later named Earthleaf and is raised together with the Henshaw's children, Henley and Catherine, as the man doesn't discriminate between the boy and his children. Henley, the boy, feels deeply hurt and resentful, while Catherine, his sister, on the other hand, develops an immensely strong bond with Earthleaf, which becomes an all-consuming love. After the death of Mr. Henshaw, Henley becomes the head of the family and forces Earthleaf to assume the position of a servant. At the same time, Catherine and Earthleaf play widely on the moors because their love waxes stronger every day. There is also the family of Linton that lives in Truthcross Grange. The family is of the upper class in society and they have two children, Edgar and Isabella. The Lintons are invited to Wuthering Heights and they agree to honor the invitation on the condition that Earthleaf will be kept away from their children. Earthleaf feels hot here. Catherine creates interest in Edgar Linton and initially shares her time between Edgar and Earthleaf, but soon spends more time with Edgar. Earthleaf later overhears Catherine telling Nellie that she can never marry him. He is greatly enraged and leaves Wuthering Heights and is nowhere to be found for 3 years. After Earthleaf leaves, Catherine and Edgar's love becomes stronger and they end up marrying each other. This single action leads to heartbreak and tragedy, not only for them but for many others. The relationship is strained when Earthleaf comes back and the atmosphere at Wuthering Heights also changes. Catherine gives birth to Catherine, otherwise called Katie, and dies. Earthleaf marries Isabella, Edgar's sister, and gives birth to Linton, a sickly boy. Catherine's ghost has been haunting Earthleaf, and this affects him mentally and physically. Earthleaf plans his revenge on the two families. That is the family of Lintons and Henshaws. He plans to take over Wuthering Heights and Truthcross Grange and acquire their properties. He is also ready to destroy anything that impedes his way while executing his plans. After the death of Henley, he gains the control of Wuthering Heights. He forces Linton, his son, to marry Katie, the daughter of Edgar Linton and Catherine Henshaw, scheming to gain the control of Truthcross Grange. When Edgar Linton dies, he becomes the master of Truthcross Grange. Eventually, Heathcliff nearly turns to a girl as he sleeps in Catherine's grave. He refuses to eat and lives a solitary life. He is later found dead in his room by Nellie Dean. Hetty, Hindley's son, is to marry Catherine, that is Katie, at the end. That is the end of the plot summary. Events in the text are seen through the eyes of Nellie Dean, who once worked in Wuthering Heights as a maid, taking care of their children. You can share this video with your friends on social media. You can also subscribe to this channel for more on literature in English. Thank you.